For your cover letter rough draft, you guys are going to go into the assignment that's in Canvas, and you have a couple of things here. Basically describes the idea that you're going to be writing a cover letter that you attach to a resume, and you send the two together to a potential employer with your application. Cover letters are often also called letters of interest. So you have a couple of files within this assignment. The first is your cover letter preparation file. And this is not one that you have to fill out, but it is information that you're going to need to know. So it's a good idea to look it over because this information is going to need to be included in your cover letter. So your name, obviously, the company that you're applying to, the employer's name. So if you know the hiring person in charge, whether it's through their human resources or it's the manager, then you should include that. The address of the company to which you're applying, the position for which you're applying, how you learned of the position, why you're interested in this position, and then what your qualifications are. These are all things that are going to need to be included in your letter. So this is just kind of there for you to jot down your ideas and notes, but you don't have to do it. This is not something you're turning in to me. So the second part of that assignment is going to be actually taking the template and changing it so that it contains your information. So this goes along with the resume where we talked about in the resume video. If you're choosing the classic design, you need to stick with the classic for both the resume and your references, and also your cover letter. If you're choosing the modern design for your resume and references, then go with the modern design for your cover letter. So let's go ahead and open that up and we'll see what needs to go in it. All right, so just as your resume and your references have this information on there with your name, address, phone number, and email, you can essentially copy and paste exactly what you put in there into here. Again, with this one, remember you're getting rid of those brackets. I don't want to see brackets anywhere. So you just highlight the whole thing and type your full name in. Highlight the full thing for each line, get rid of those brackets. For the start of your letter, this is why it's important to know the name of the employer, the name of the company, the address that you're writing to. This is a business letter, so you're going to format it as such. And so you need to have all that information in here. Then we get down to our greeting, dear, and then you address them by name. If you do not know the name, then you can go ahead and write to whom it may concern, or to the company and human resources department. And because it is a business letter, I'd actually prefer to see the colon and not the comma. So each one of these kind of discusses what is supposed to be in that paragraph. So your opening paragraph needs to explain why you're writing, how you learned of the organization and position, and basic information about yourself. This is just a very brief introduction to yourself. And you're going to say what position you're interested in and how you learned that the position has become available. The second paragraph is where you're going to talk about why you're interested in this particular company. Why does this company appeal to you? And what makes you a good fit for this company? So you want to focus on the company and what the company needs and how you're going to fill that need. You do not really want to come off in this letter like it's all about you and you're trying to get more experience and, all that kind of stuff. It's what you bring to the table that's going to help them. It says that this is an opportunity to explain in more detail relevant items in your resume. So if you have something on your resume that you feel makes you a super great match for this particular position that you're applying to, then you can go into a little more detail here. You don't want to go into a ton of detail because that's what the interview's for, but you're just trying to get to that interview. This is your first impression. You're leaving your first impression with the employer by them reading your cover letter and resume. And then the interview is the second impression you get to give them. If they like you enough on that first impression, they'll invite you in for the interview. Third paragraph is really short. It's just a couple of sentences indicating that you wish to have an interview for the position and you look forward to learning about their plans for hiring or plans for the future, and thanking them for their time in reading your letter and your resume, and hopefully awarding you the opportunity for an interview. You type sincerely, you type your name, you leave enough space for you to be able to sign your name here between the sincerely and your typed name. So just like all business letters, it's going to be typed. The only thing that is written out on this business letter is your name, your signature right there. If you have questions on the cover letter, please make sure you come in and see me. We did some activities with cover letters in class on Monday, so if you want to kind of look over some examples, you can come by and check those out if you didn't make it to class. And good luck. This is just the rough draft, so anything that is glaringly not correct, I'll go ahead and let you know so that you can fix it for your final draft. I'll see you guys around.